Hello everyone, Shax here still from IEM Cologne with Forellenlord, Carl Lückmann, the AP mid for team alternate. Now Carl, you just lost your matches here, you're out of the tournament in IEM Cologne. Can you give me 3 reasons that things didn't go as planned?
3 reasons. Lack of concentration, I'd say, and bad picks, and misplaying the game, so pretty much a lot of things went wrong in the games.
Can you pinpoint something in those bans and picks?
What?
Something in those bans and picks particularly that really killed you in the group matches?
I think in the first game Zyber was pretty much dominating us the whole game, and with Evelyn I couldn't really go into the fights because she kind of zoned me out. And in the second game, like, we had some heroes with Shogas and Lulu which are pretty defensive, and on the other side we had Ari and Wenger, who kind of has to rush in to make some progress in the game and to play aggressive, and that didn't really work out that well because, I don't know, like, we couldn't really get in that advantage in the early game, and then the late game was just too strong with Oriane protecting Vayne and Nunu giving her the speed buff and stuff. Yeah, and that was kind of really bad.
You also never played any Asian or Korean team before. What was particularly strong about CJ Entis?
Well, strong. I think the Sinch pick was kind of interesting because no one is playing Sinch in Europe at all, but there was nothing really special because I think, well, I played often against the Twisted Fate and I played himself as well, and yeah. Well, I think they were still pretty strong in the team fight. Their positioning was really good, but there wasn't really something totally special on their playstyle.
Now, last time I talked to you was at regionals, and you were in alternate at the time, but with a completely different lineup. Can you walk us through what happened in the meantime?
I decided to left alternate after the regionals because I think to be successful in international esports scene, I need kind of a new team. So I searched for new players, and I found a new team which was pretty nice, in the start at least, and we called us Eloblade. And then after making some real nice progress, we had some sponsor talking. We talked to sponsors, they talked to us. Yeah, and then alternate made us the best offer, so we decided to go back to alternate.
So to get those international successes now, it seems kind of to everyone, we were expecting a lot, and you seem to have ended up kind of in the same place as you did with the last lineup. So what's the plan of action?
Well, it's kind of disturbing, but yeah, plan is, I don't know, we have to sit together and have to think about which kind of progress we made, since in the beginning it was really nice, and now I'm kind of back where I started, and that's not satisfying as. Yeah, it's not satisfying at all.
Obviously not for a player of your caliber, and everyone in the team. A lot of players have extremely high elo. So how do you think you can make that step from being individual strong players to getting that team comp going?
Yeah, we really have to, I don't know how we are going to make it, but we really have to work on it, like in the team fights and the whole team play at all. And well, we are kind of struggling at it. And yeah, we have to work out how we're going to make it, because we are still like the single players. Each other is really strong and can kind of outplay everyone on each lane. But it's not enough to win games, like on high competitive games.
Of course, you're famous for being the first player to reach 3K elo in Season 2. Planning to do the same in Season 3, I suppose. Can you give us a couple of things that players who want to get to that level should do, maybe even outside champion picks, like a state of mind?
Yeah, I think the mind game is really important in LoL. Like in solo queue, like every player is crying about the teammates and flaming and stuff, and oh, my teams is so bad, so many retards and stuff. But if you really want to do some progress, you can't focus things on the teammates. You have to look at yourself all the day and all the time in every single situation. Like, I don't know, if the bot lane is feeding, you can still, like, why isn't your opponent feeding as you? Why isn't your opponent dying all the time like the bot lane is doing on your side? And kind of that. And if you try to improve in every situation, it's making some progress then, and you can get a high elo. At least that's what I think I did, because I didn't make a plan and said, okay, I'm going to be the first one. How can I do it? I just started to play, and afterwards, after the interviews, I started to think about it.
How much of the fact that you're so good, do you think is natural ability, and how much is just practicing and playing the game over and over?
I think it's a mix of that, but well, as I said, the mind game is really important in LoL, and so if you have a good mind, you can even improve really fast without playing that much in LoL, because LoL isn't a high APM game like StarCraft 2. So you can still make progress without playing that much, but it's important that if you play, that you are focused all the time. And yeah, so I kind of think it's kind of talented, because I don't really play that much.
Final question: after playing in this group, is there any one of the teams you played you think has the ability to win?
I think MIM is really strong at the moment, and yeah, I think it will be going through MIM or Fnatic. That are my predictions.
All right. Any shout outs for the fans out there?
Yeah, sorry for playing that bad in the last games, and I don't know, like, yeah, watch my stream and still be a fan of me and our team in general.
I'm sure you and your team still have a lot of fans out there, because you have the highest elo in the world, man. Okay, thank you very much for this interview.